So this is Ask TCB. It's where you guys submit in your questions and stories and we do our best to answer them. So big thank you to you guys and every single person that has sent in a question. We've been overwhelmed with questions, so we've tried to pick the best ones out and we'll answer them as well. And a lot of you guys have also sent in your relationship problems, would you rathers, and cuck or be cuck stories. So we'll be going over those when we do the segment in the upcoming weeks. And if you want to submit any questions or stories for us to chat about, you can follow us on Instagram at Critical Banter and then just submit them there through our DMs. So we'll start off with our now retired Google Doc. We actually got some questions there, boys.
Unreal.
We'll start off, I don't know how people found it, but we'll start off with one. It's from Tony. And he says, as a Canadian, I hate to be mistaken as American for obvious reasons. Is that similar to a Kiwi not wanting to be mistaken as Australian? He asks for an in-depth discussion, boys. I don't know if we can provide one.
Did he actually say, I want an in-depth discussion?
Quote, I'd appreciate in-depth discussion. Ha ha ha. End quote.
All right, now we'll give it to him. Firstly, Tony, I don't know where your confidence comes from with the lol. I would suggest, as an American, you would be more than happy to be recognised as Canadian in this current milieu.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
No, he's Canadian, being mistaken as American. Idiot.
Well, I'm gonna take that back.
Idiot.
I'm going to take that back. Also, I'm an Australian, so I can't speak to the Kiwis not wanting to be mistaken Australian.
Good answer.
But if it was the other way around, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy, honestly, if people want to call me Kiwi. I'm just worried about...
Wouldn't mind it. They're COVID-free, no? Who would like that reputation?
I'm more worried about people calling me or thinking that I'm from somewhere in the Middle East, to be honest, with you.
For some reason, I went straight for Uganda.
Oh, well, Tony, there's your in-depth discussion. We'll move on
Somalian.
to... You're a coward, Sen. Just because we don't have any Somalian listeners, they can't write in.
If you are a Somalian pirate listening to us off the coast of Sydney, give your...
First, thank you.
Toot your horn as you sail by as the Border Patrol chases you out of Australian waters. I would also like all 8 seasons of Game of Thrones on a USB. Are those kind of pirates?
HD, does it have to be HD?
No, I'm a simple man.
What, the phone in the cinema? You don't mind that bit of shaking?
Seeing the shadows walk past.
Oh, God. Okay, one time, I actually saw a video. In India, there's a bunch of that one. Just a quick digression. There's like a bunch of
derailed this nicely.
Yeah. It's your in-depth discussion, Tony.
There's a bunch of people on the street selling like CDs, right? And it's all the quality of like basically a bloke with his video camera out recording the movie. And this one bloke has a video and he's literally gone up to go to the bathroom and he hasn't cut it. So the video feed just goes from like some like Hindi movie to him walking down the aisle, going to the bathroom, sets his camera on the basin, and you just hear the stream as it goes through.
At least you know what happened. It would have been weird if just cut to a different scene.
It's authentic.
You got to know something in the middle.
Anyway, sorry, go on, Migs. Next question.
With that,
hey, have you seen that new Hindi movie? Oh, dude, I didn't really understand that 5-minute bathroom scene in the middle of the movie. Really abstract.
All right, boys, we got to get back on track. All right. Move on to our Instagram questions. So Callum has written in. He's reminding us that the year anniversary of the random guy asking Rohit for $20 is coming up soon. I'm pretty sure when we told that story, we'd said, would get him back. Would somehow, maybe we should ask him for $20. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we said we're going to come up with a solution. So it's been a year, boys. Do we have a solution to this problem?
Can we maybe remind the listeners of what the story is?
Someone asked for Rohit for $20 that you just met, right?
Yeah, so basically what happened was I met this guy once before, spoke to him for a little bit of time. First time I ever met him. Then went home. Next day, he messaged me on Facebook saying, "Hey mate, running short on money for groceries. Do you mind if I have $20?"
I think we established that he probably asked like about 10 different people that, and if even 5 said yes, that's $100 easy.
Yeah, so he went a good route. But 1 year anniversary. That's actually a long time ago. I think. Props to remembering that. Well done.
Did you end up replying to him? I don't remember.
I think I did reply to him.
See. If you didn't reply, you could have just like replied now, like, "Oh, sorry, mate, I was in the shower. How's COVID going? I've been in lockdown the last year."
Yeah, end up getting any money for those groceries? Could have asked him. But I did reply to him actually. I'm pretty sure I said, "No worries, like I'll happily buy you the groceries, but I'm just not comfortable giving you $20."
It's a reasonable response.
I think so.
How can we cuck him now, a year later?
Surely you can ask for $20.
Nah, it's
Same
going to be
method.
more than that. Or just return serve.
Yeah, return serve, exactly the way he asked. Copy and paste, dare I suggest.
Could be on. I was thinking more, maybe I just, as a gesture of goodwill, drop off some groceries for him.
Then you're actually doing something good. That takes the fun out of it. Have to be sinister here. We're petty people. It has to be a petty solution.
I don't know, maybe just spook him. Just be like, have you tested for Rona recently? And then if he replies, just don't reply back. Just let that fester in his mind for a bit.
Do you reckon that'll work though? If someone messaged you that, would you be freaked out?
I'd be spooked for a bit, for sure.
Maybe I'll get one of you guys to message on a number, like pretending to be like the agency, being like, "Can you please get tested for coronavirus?"
I like that. That's
Could be
better.
on. Could be on. That's our solution. We'll see if we do it. All right, we got a two-part. We got two questions in sent from the same bloke, Max. His first question is: every girl I like turns out lesbian. What should I do? And a completely not, I don't think unrelated question: do you guys ever just start crying while eating grapes?
What?
Again, the angst. I don't know if we're matching the energy, but do we have any advice for young Max?
Well, with the lesbian one, how many girls are we talking here? If it's just one, that could just be a pure coincidence. Two, even, I'm willing to say that's a coincidence. Three, then I'm starting to sense a pattern.
When you're throwing out the word every, it has to be a decent
A
amount.
substantial amount. Maybe Max's gaydar is just way off.
Maybe Max should stop looking at lesbian bars for his choice of women.
And then once you do that, you won't start crying while eating your grapes. You might enjoy grapes.
I'm thinking Max is just a guy that's had some bad luck, and the women he's pursued potentially are just using being lesbian as an excuse. Is that too far fetched?
Sen was saying, if it's more than three, there's got to be a pattern. So maybe it's you, Max. Maybe look at yourself in the mirror.
And in response to your second question, Max, I get emotional. Not grapes. Grapes doesn't do it for me. But the seeds in lychees, they hurt sometimes when you swallow them, which makes me tear up.
You're not meant to swallow those, you gimp.
Yeah. Sometimes you just can't be like, if I'm out and about, I'm not spitting out the lychee seeds onto the floor. You just suck it up and give it a swallow.
Spitters are quitters.
There might be a connection between the grape story and the women turning into lesbians. Surely if you turn around and you see your man crying over grapes, you'd think of any old excuse to get out of there.
You're saying it's the other way around. The girls are seeing him cry over grapes. That's why they're leaving.
I would leave, 100%.
You're right. Maybe he just attracts that type of person. He's a bit more, in touch with his feminine side. Friends with a lot more females. Maybe. I don't know.
Max, stop going for manly girls. Maybe go for the more feminine girls.
All right, we'll move on. All right, we got a question from Jaden, and he asked, would you eat your left nut to save your family? He specifies left.
Can you survive with one? Is it like kidneys?
Yeah.
I feel like you could.
Yeah, you can.
Like with full functionality?
Surgery. Halved functionality, maybe.
That's, it's a small price to pay.
Yeah, this question is really, how much do you like your family?
Exactly. Are they worth half your ball
Left
sack?
nut. Yeah, honestly, like pretty straightforward from me. Yes, I would do it. I'm thinking about how it would be cooked though. Are we talking poaching or are we talking pan fry?
What do you reckon the texture is when you cook it?
I'm thinking for some reason, I'm envisioning I guess like a sultana, that type of
A sultana?
consistency. Gets a bit soft, a bit squishy.
I was thinking more like a hard-boiled egg.
I'm just thinking, if you keep your left ball, your family goes, but you can still continue your lineage, the family line. So, is there really a loss here?
So you're saying you wouldn't?
I'm playing devil's advocate here. I'm just saying, it isn't as straightforward as Rowie makes it out to be.
No, surely you can continue your lineage with your right nut.
I'm sure you can continue the lineage, but obviously you have a family that you care about.
Just an important thing to note, Sen.
Yeah, do we care about ancestors though? I feel like ancestors are overrated, honestly.
What have they done for me?
Besides
And you can hold that over your family for the rest of your life. Like, you can just whip your ball sack at any given moment and be like, I sacrificed this for you. As you show your gloopy, depressing ball sack. You're half inflated. Like, just at family events, family gatherings, just at any given moment, at given time. Just get your ball sack out.
Stop.
And get over it. Get over it.
I think you're right. And actually, Migs, I'm coming more towards your side, hard-boiled egg. But I feel like there's got to be some sort of as I fondle my testicle right now. I'm thinking, maybe soft-boiled eggs, maybe. Soft-boiled.
I'm so uncomfortable watching you do that, bro.
All right. Let's move on. Next question, please.
We'll move on. Our last Instagram question for today.
Could you like remove it and like just put it like on the mantelpiece? Just like have it encased in like glass and just like, I removed this for you guys.
No, you got to eat it.
Oh, you got to eat it.
You don't just remove it, you eat it.
Fair enough, then continue.
Right. We'll move on, Sen. Last question from Tobias. What's the most awkward conversation you've had? How are you laughing at someone's name?
No, I'm just thinking of The Simpsons, Tobias. Sorry, what was the question?
What's the most awkward conversation you've had?
I've had one. I might have told this story in the pod, but I'll tell it again. So I was sitting...
Telling the girl you're not interested and she choked?
No. It's not that story.
Tell her for a fifth time, you wouldn't.
So what happened was, it was like one of my first lectures in university. Sat next to this girl. And basically, you know how you like make friends in those first couple of days at uni? So you sit next to someone and you just have a chat to them. So I just sat down next to this girl, looked at her, said hello, and then she looked at me and said, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend.
It's a classic. What do you say to that? Doozy. How can you come back from that?
I was just a bit flustered.
I just want a fucking pen.
No, it was just, I just hello.
The thing is, you didn't even have a piece of paper in front of you. You had a laptop.
Yeah.
You didn't even need a pen.
Oh, dearie me. That's,
man.
Hello, can I borrow a pen? No, sorry.
I've only heard of people doing that, but I've never actually seen it or heard of anyone that I know who's experienced that. So that's a once in a lifetime thing, Rowie.
I'm gonna take that to the bank. But yeah, that for sure for me.
Actually, the main question:
the most uncomfortable conversations.
Was she hot enough to say that?
In my humble opinion, no, she was not.
Or maybe it was Rohit being so creepy that she had to put a guard up.
Man asked for a pen. What are you on about?
Yeah.
How can you?
But you've seen Rohit.
I know, but how can you creepily ask for a pen? There's no way you can do it and come off as a predator. Like, it's literally 4 words. Like, if you do that, that's impressive. If you do, if anything.
Hey, can I get a pen?
As you showed her your half ball sack.
Anyways, I've got a story for you. It's to do with Cristiano Ronaldo's C, his celebration, fellas. So back in high school, all of us, I'll give a bit of context, we were all obsessed with his C. So there was one time he won an award at some ceremony, and out of nowhere, during the end of his speech, he just belts out a C! C! And spooks the whole crowd. And from then on, it was comedic gold to all of us in high school. We did it everywhere from like school photos. So, you know, when you're like, oh, say cheese, we're like, 1, 2, 3, say C. The whole bloody cohort. C. And then in the classroom, bro. So in the video, you can see him. So all we had to do was the hand gestures in class, and the whole class cracks up. We didn't even need to do the sound. Like, this is how niche it was. Like, I'm pretty sure my phone ringtone, I changed it to the Martin Jensen EDM remix of his CD. That's the level we're talking. Anyways, so in the final year of our high school, so me and a few of the guys, we went to our sister school's talent show. Then obviously people are performing, you know, you clap, whatever. We didn't clap, boys. We seed. Everyone. So imagine that. A hall full of, you know, parents, students, all that. And there's just like 10 fucking 18-year-old boys at the back just grunting. Every performance. So then afterwards, one of the year 12s from the sister school that we knew came up to us and said some of the performers started crying. You know, we're like, well, what's going on? What's this? So they didn't know the video. They thought we were booing.
Oh,
which in
you
retrospect, makes a bit of sense. It is a deep sound.
You absolute dogs. That's actually. Oh my goodness gracious me.
So the awkward conversation was having to go backstage and explain to like year 7, year 8, year 9 girls at like 13, 14, 15 that we loved a Cristiano Ronaldo award ceremony speech grunt. And we were doing it out of encouragement, out of enthusiasm, rather than booing them.
No, I was going to say, this is like a charity event as well. So it was like volunteer girls coming up and performing, getting booed off the stage because they're just not cutting it.
It was out of love. The C was out of love. It means yes. We're saying yes in Spanish.
Just gonna say, can we add this as a sound effect now? Now that we've introduced it, is there something we can introduce into the podcast?
When we got a thing correct on Bull Slut, it's gonna be a C. So we've got a few TikTok questions. This first one I think is just for you, Sen. It's from Slime Rancher Pro, and he asks, why doesn't EA change their name to MT for microtransactions?
It's good from you, Slime. And you know what? I agree. They should change their name. I'd probably suggest maybe MWH for Money Hungry Whores.
Oh, mate. Back in like FIFA 15 to FIFA 18, mate, I put my paycheck into FIFA.
That's the thing. You're one of like probably hundreds of thousands of people who've probably put thousands of dollars into FIFA every year. And they've basically just repackaged the same game year in, year out. And us idiots will still pay good money every single year to buy it and still put money into the game.
What can I say, bro? You go to the store, you see that ultimate pack, 100k, 24 rare gold players. Oh, when you get that 84 rated Cavani, it was worth the $30. And I'll happily do it again, FIFA 21.
I've always said, like, I'm in an abusive relationship with FIFA. Like, I know I'm getting fisted year in, year out, but I still come back, crying back. Stockholm Syndrome, really.
Yeah. Even not just Ultimate Team. When we play co-op seasons, Senny, we get wrecked, let's say a Friday night. Saturday morning, I get a message from you. You want to play FIFA today? Like, buddy, you don't remember us getting wrecked by handicap, scripting.
I think there was one game where we conceded a goal and I just yelled out, how is this something I've paid money for? Like Ted said, how have I paid $80 for this shit?
That's my mantra to this day. I'll be completely honest with you. All right, and our last question for today is from William, and for some reason he asked, would you kick me in the face for 1 million TikTok followers and verification? Yes.
Yes.
We will happily kick a stranger in the face for fame. I think that's not an unpopular opinion here.
We do it for an extra 1,000 followers, to be honest.
Bro, I'll do it for free. Have you ever kicked someone in the face?
No. Actually, yeah, to be honest, yeah. Can we set this up?
So, William, DM us. We'll need an ASL.
Send us
and we'll happily kick you in the face.
Address on email.
Yeah, someone's got to draft up a contract as well. Make sure it's all above board. Consent and whatnot.
Anyways, we'll end it there. So remember to follow us on Instagram @CriticalBanter so you can send in your questions for next time.